Alright, let's finish this shit. Time for Shaman, which definitely has some cards I have not seen, so I am looking forward to this. I hope there's some freeze stuff. This looks like freeze stuff. This card does not freeze. Okay, deal 3 damage, and that can go face, which is hot. Honorable kill, your opponent's next spell costs 2 more. Whoa! Don't you just play this? I mean, you pretty much just play this, right? This is crazy. Holy fuck. Frostbolt a motherfucker with insane upside. Their next spell, period. Like, not next turn. And it's Frost for fucking multicaster and shit. Wowza. And cool art, too. Look at this guy. Is this the guy? Oops. Is this the... Pretty much. It's pretty much that guy. That is insane. I don't know what Shaman deck is out there that's not putting this in. Burn damage. Disruption. Appropriately costed. Literally a 5. Holy shit. Okay. Well, at least we backed up a 5 with a real bad one. Discover an 8-cost minion, summon and freeze it. I do not think you're ever playing this one, on the other hand. 6 mana to get a frozen thingy. I guess, like, let's think about... Yeah, let's not jump to conclusions too quickly. Are there fat taunts that cost 8 mana? All the good taunts, like real good taunts that you would want to get out of this, cost like 10, right? Moarg Forge Fiend. But even then, it's like, so what? I don't know. This is bad. A 5 and a 1 to start. All right. Sleet Breaker. Kick-ass art. This expansion went hard on the art. Goddamn. 2 mana, 3/2 elemental. That's huge. Battlecry added Wind Chill to your hand, which is a 1 mana freeze a minion, draw a card. What? What? Am I overreacting? Is this not absolutely nuts? And it's a frost spell, right? And this is an elemental, and this is the what? Like, that's just one of the best 2-drops in the game, right? Holy fuck. I think it's a 5. What is happening? That's a start. And I already saw this one, and it's nuts. 5 mana, 3/3 elemental, freeze all other minions, gain +1 for each frozen minion. What the... It, like... Fucking Frost Nova's everything, and then you get like a 7/7 or something, like, on average, right? What is this? Am I missing something? Because to me, this is one of the best 5-drops. And you can... But you don't want to play it in your own, like, aggressive board-based deck necessarily. But I'm pretty sure this is still insane. But I don't think it's 5 insane. I think it's 4. So that's a start to the Shaman set. I have not seen this. 4 mana, Wild Paw Cavern. At the end of your turn, summon a 3/4 Freezy Elemental. And that is really cool looking. God damn. So that's going to be a lot of stuff for 4 mana over a extended period of time. But as with like all of these cavern cards, it's just takes way too long to get the value out of it that you need. Like, when you immediately play this and only get a 3/4 freezy guy, that is not good. That is not what you want. But maybe the like compounding value over the next couple of turns helps, but I don't get these cards. Maybe they will feel different in practice, but to me it just feels like a caravan kind of flop. This is a 1, I think. Okay, so here's that card that your 2-drop elemental just creates in hand. Wow. You can probably just play this even on its own without creating it, and it's obviously exceptional with this guy. I am surprised to say that I am definitely seeing Frost Shaman coming together. This is like a 4. Like, this is just really, really good, right? I mean, the stall that this grants you while replacing itself and buffing up your Ice Bear for later is super good. You're just not that upset to have this in your hand more often than not, I feel like, unless you're against a quest mage or something. This is going to be a pain in the ass. Like, you're playing Warlock or something, you're trying to giant stomp some fools, and they're just going to freeze it and keep drawing cards and doing annoying shit. I cannot believe this deck is looking good. And this card makes it even better. Holy fuck. You snowball fight fools, you wind chill, you can make 4 wind chills guaranteed. Can wind chill? Okay, wind chill only freezes minions. That's a big deal, definitely. But you can freeze the enemy hero with your freezy Ice Bear guys and stuff. Wild Paw Cavern is not a frost spell. Okay, that makes it even worse. Like, it is truly not good. But this card, you just play it in this deck, which is starting to look really good to me. It costs 3 mana in the first place, though. Like, I'm torn between 3 and 4, which is crazy. They made Freeze Shaman. They actually did it. I think it's a 3. I think it's a 3. But Windchill and Sleepbreaker are so good that I think it's actually a 4. Like, you can just pick shit off and draw cards and keep your 3/4 on the field that they have to take care of, especially if they're a board deck. And this is bananas. Okay. BrewCon. You do 2 of the things, and most of them are just okay. It can be burn damage, it can be a weak AoE, it can make some chump taunts, and it can heal you for not that much. I just really, really don't think this is good. And then the hero power is just one of those things on any given turn, and it swaps each turn. These are just not impactful enough. If the game goes on for another 10 turns or something, this is great. Maybe in Frost Shaman, you stick this in because that deck will be pretty good at prolonging the game. Unfortunately, though, like, this at most is a 2, I think. It's just really slow. Really, really slow. Which is a bummer, because it's sick. Art is sick. BrewCon is cool. But it's not that good. Snowball Fight. Holy fucking shit. It's maybe the best freeze card ever printed. And with Snowbolt, it's good. With Ice Bear, it's good. It's a frost spell. You multicaster stuff. You just get to be an asshole. You get to throw snowballs at people and be a jerk. So it's a 4. This deck really came together like this? Are you serious? 7 mana, 6/6 battle cry for each frost spell you've cast. Get a 3/4 elemental that freezes, which is even more annoying. It just compounds annoyingness. And I do see enough frost spells that I think this actually works. I think it works. Frostbite, the nuts. Sleepbreaker, nuts. Wind chill, nuts. Snowball fight, nuts. And then this is a gigantic board payoff that probably wins the game. It is so hard to answer 3/4s. You need like Soul Rend or Flame Strike, right? I mean, what else answers this? There's hardly anything. It's like a sociologist militia, but arguably it's much better because you've just casted the frost spells. So you're like, as you build that up throughout the game, this gets better and better guaranteed. Whereas militia, you can like draw the fragments. I guess they don't have rush, so that's a big. Yeah, never mind. This is not as good as militia, but the fact that you're pretty much guaranteed to get a gigantic board out of this is pretty sick, and I think it's pretty good. And since I think all of the cards in this package are 4 or 5, I got to give this like a 4 because I think this actually works. I don't know precisely what else you fill the deck with, but I think Shaman has enough good stuff. Maybe you just like use an elemental package so you can like hex things, and you got your 2/6 taunt, you got your Wind Fury guy, you got your busted 1-drop, you got your mana cheat, kind of with the 1/2 thing. I could absolutely see it. I think it's good. That I am shocked. Like all these cards were revealed today, and I did not know they were coming, and I'm shocked they made this look as good as it looks. And this makes the elemental idea even better. Wowza. Okay. Well, let's see what else Blizzardo has in store for me as we jump to Warlock. 3.4 average. Holy moly. Maybe I'm nuts and everybody's going to be like, this frost package sucks. We'll see. We will see. Fell Walker. Taunt Battlecry. Cast the highest cost fell spell from your hand. Meaning what? What are our fell spells? Fell Fire in the hole. The fell stuff that existed before was not that exciting. For now, this seems terrible. But maybe, it's a someday kind of card. I'm sure we're going to get more fell spells while this is in standard. But as of right now, there is no way you're playing this, right? It's got to be a 1. I would be so surprised. Playing that, like skipping Fellfire in the hole to play this on 6, that's not going to happen, right? Desecrated Graveyard. At the end of your turn, destroy your lowest attack minion to summon a 4/4 Shade. Oh. Okay. Is there an egg in the neutral set or something similar? Or are we just going to be stuck with Nerubian and Boneweb Egg? Because as of right now, I do not see this at all. But I guess if we have 6 eggs in our deck, like curving 2 into 3, this is weird. This is a weird card. I mean, in some cases, you're just converting a 1/1 into a 4/4. The fact that this one creates significant like stats on board right away that are, makes sense for its mana cost, makes it, I think, better than most of the other whatever these cards are. And the ceiling is super high. When this pops your egg, your Nerubian egg, that is pretty strong. It feels slow and memey and questionable, so I think it's a 2, but I could buy a 3 on it. It has potential. I'm glad to see one of these like having distinct potential. Deal 5 damage randomly split among all enemy minions, repeatable this turn. What the fuck does that? Oh, so it like creates a copy of it in hand? Why don't they just say Echo? Fucking Blizzard, man. That's a keyword that we retired. That's surely what it means, right? Okay, so but that seems... That does not seem very good. I mean, it's okay, I guess. We know Minefield and Warrior is good, but this is an entire less mana than this. And I don't know. I don't really see it. Warlock has such good removal. This is cool against, weird boards where there's like a 3 health and a couple of 1/1s or something on the field, but I don't. And doing this twice for 6 mana, like that is a very specific situation that you have better options. Feels like a 1, especially because of the Fell deck. I'm not seeing it. 1 mana 2/1 Battlecry, copy a Fell spell in your hand. Your Fell spells are like Demonic Assault is acceptable, and then there's like Wicked Shipment and Fellfire in the Hole looked okay to me. What is this? Seeds of Destruction. Shuffle 4 Rifts into your deck. So it's like a 2 mana get some things eventually. I mean, that's a lot of 3/3s for 2 mana, but there's no way in hell you're like building your deck around this. Grave Defiler could get there just because it's a 1 mana 2/1 that puts a thing in your hand, and maybe you want a Wicked Shipment or Demonic Assault, or maybe Fellfire in the Hole is good enough even with a small Fell package. So I'll give Grave Defiler seems good. I mean that's pretty good. And since it's copying a spell in your hand, that means that you put it in your deck, and you're going to be getting a good deck card that synergizes with your deck. Maybe it's like a 3. Grave Defiler might just be legit. Seeds of Destruction, though, I think that's a 1. I don't think that's what you want to be doing. I don't think you want to draw this card. We'll be summoning some Rifts, that's for damn sure, but I don't think it's because you're putting this in your deck. Fellfire in the Hole, I think I'm going to go with 2. Unfortunately, because I think this is pretty sweet. Draw a spell and deal 2 to all enemies. If it's a Fell, deal 1 more. Like, it's cool, but as of right now, Warlock's spells that you want to be playing are, for the most part, not Fell. I just don't think you're going to use only Fell spells for this right now, but someday this could be like a 4. I really think this is potentially really strong. Draw a spell and 3 damage everything is fucking sick. But for now, it's not very good. Sacrificial Summoner is just one of the coolest cards, man. Man, this card's sick. You can do so many things with how you build your deck to make this good. We've talked a lot about the possibilities. You can run silly stuff like that 4 mana 5/10 that deals 6 to itself on Battlecry, so you're getting gigantic fucking taunts from it when you kill a 3-drop, but I don't know if you need to go that hard on it. I just think this is good. It's like a controlled evolve that you get to build your deck around, and it's gonna happen. Someone's gonna make this good. I think it's a 4. I think you really can. Someone's gonna do something busted with this. I'm just so confident. 3 mana 3/3, good body to go with it too. Tamsin's Phylactery. It was a weird card when it was revealed, and I still think it's weird. I don't know exactly what the deck is with this, but it's a wacky effect. I think I'm going with 3. Someday this feels like something that could be busted. I don't know. You gotta get your Death Rattle minion to die, so if you're going for a fat Death Rattle, it's awkward with how the curve shapes up. I don't think there's very many cheap Death Rattles that are exciting about with this. I mean, Nerubian Egg. So maybe the Egg deck with Desecrated Graveyard and the Phylactery gets there, and you're just fucking pumping out endless 4/4s, but I don't know. It feels like that's maybe lacking in speed and its lethality. You just got to jump through too many hoops to get your stuff rolling. But the ceiling on this is so high, it's hard to go less than 3 for me. There's a world where this is 5 level. I really think it could get there. Speaking of 5s, here's this fucking nonsense again. Holy moly, some of these hero cards. This is just crazy for 6 mana, what you're getting. I've seen people be like, I thought the card was great, and then I saw that it draws 3 cards. Are you serious? I mean, you just put this in your deck, and you do the things, and you get the rifts, and you draw the cards, and you get an improved hero power. It's just really good. Really, really good. Not much else to say. Here's Hollow Abomination, which makes me sad that I have to give this a 1 because I really like the idea behind this. It has like a cool ceiling where you actually clear a board and get like a 10-8 or something. But I think they really played it safe and went with the deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. It's just going to be too hard to honorable kill with that. So, a okay set for Warlock. I'm not totally seeing this Death Rattle thing work, which is a shame. I want Exu to be good. We just need... maybe there's something in the neutral set that'll change my mind. I really have not looked at all the neutral cards. Not even close. But for now, we will just move on because this is the format that I chose to do for the card reviews. Here we are, Warrior, Axe Berserker. 4 mana, 3/5 rush, honorable kill, draw a weapon. Huh. That's not that good, I don't think. Especially because, like, unless there's something in here... No, there's just no good weapons in Warrior right now. Like, what do you even care about? Literally, while building Quest Warrior, everybody's like, I don't even want the weapon. You know, it's like, the Reaper's Scythe is alright. Outrider's Axe flopped hard. We're playing Hatchet right now because it's good with the Cannoneer, but you're not playing Axe Berserker to tutor the fucking Hatchet. And... we don't need to tutor a weapon because we can just play Quest Warrior. So this is a 1, maybe potential someday if we get something crazy. They compare this to the 2/2 Elemental and Shaman. Holy crap, that's bad. After you play a taunt minion, draw a card. Glory Chaser. Huh. I know that we got this guy, so that's pretty cute. What else is, like, generating taunts in hand, though, you know? You know, you can play your neutral cheap taunts like a Noyotron and Bone Chewer Brawler and stuff, and those are good cards. But it's the kind of deck where I'm asking myself, like, how do I win the game? And as we've kind of seen before, like, just spamming the board, like a taunt zoo... unless you're reducing the cost of them with Razormane Battle Guard, it just doesn't get there. I don't see how this converts into a good deck. But it's cool, and it has a lot of potential, for sure. Like, obviously, any draw engine is worth thinking about. I'm going with 2 for now, though. I really don't see what you're doing with this in Warrior right now. There needs to be some massive payoff that I don't think exists at the moment. Iceblood Garrison. At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to all minions. You have way better spells to be playing. And it's not like we're in a world with Bloodsworn Mercenary and stuff where you want damaged minions. We still have the cost reduce rush guy, right? I don't remember what it's called. It's like a brute or something. But that is, I don't think that's enough to put this in. Feels like a 1. Yeah, it's not doing enough for me, I don't think. Shield Shatter. Deal 5 damage to all minions, cost 1 less for each armor you have. What? The combo with that and Frozen Buckler is crazy. Holy shit. I can see it because we know that the deal 5 damage breakpoint is so nutty from Soul Rend, and this can cost even less than Soul Rend. And there's going to be games where you accumulate the armor and don't even need the Frozen Buckler combo. And you can run like Heavy Plate too if you really want to make this work. That is fascinating. That's a really interesting card. I like it a lot. I'm going to go with like a 4, I think. This is really, really strong. That's a good fucking board clear. Yeah, which I'm into, because anything that makes it so that I don't have to play fucking Brawl in my warrior decks makes me happy. Your minions cost 2 less this turn. What? Okay. Alright. So your freaking Glory Chaser turn can be crazier than I thought. And this doesn't just say your minions in hand. So, like, if you go on some crazy draw chain, you can keep drawing taunt minions. But they're never going to cost 0. So it's not like that bananas, but that's really interesting. But again, it's like, what is this building into? What is this doing? Can you... Okay, so you can play this, then Captain Galvangar will be 4, and like Faceless Manipulator will be 3. Wow. Okay, so I was very like working hard on a warrior deck that used Vandar to make a Captain Galvangar like combo that can deal 18 damage with Faceless. This means you don't have to run Vandar, which is kind of hot. Wow. There are so many applications for this that I don't even know where to start. I also don't know how to rate it. I don't know how this applies to Glory Chaser. I don't know how this applies to Scrapsmith. I know it makes Captain Galvangar better, that's for sure. I guess I'm going to go with like a 4 for this, but it feels maybe like a 5. Like, this feels like the kind of thing that enables a combo that breaks the game. That's nuts. That is a fascinating card to build decks around. I will be working with that a lot. Scrapsmith is kind of like a Stone Maul Defender. It's an acceptable 3-drop taunt that puts more taunts in your hand, and so for that reason, I think it's really good. I don't think you need to run it in like and the grunts are 3 drops, right? Yep. You don't really need to do like Glory Chaser stuff with this. You can just play this, and the fact that I can do Captain Galvangar stuff without Vandar now makes this so juicy, man. Like, you probably, if your warrior deck doesn't care about pirates, I think you play this. In hand buff, you play this easily, right? It's just you get so many minions in your hand. It's so good with conditioning. It's so good in any sort of slower deck. Like, you get just so much juicy taunt gas. You guys want some taunt gas? It's really juicy. So I'm going to give him a 4. Just a very, very good, like, 3-mana minion that you'll be playing. Maybe the biggest disappointment of the entire set. I don't get what this card is doing. This weapon is not that good. There are it's just extremely rare scenarios where this is all that important. Like, if you're attacking an 8/8 or something to smash it into the enemy hero, I mean, you're taking the 8 yourself too, and you're not even killing it. It's awful. And the hero power is whatever. I mean, it's okay, obviously, but you're paying 7 mana for a weapon that is not that impressive, and a hero power increase. Like, it's a shame, but this is the only hero card, I think, that I'm giving a 1. I truly don't see it at all with this thing. Now, we're on to the big, juicy man himself. Look at his muscles. Holy shit, he could probably fucking bicep curl myself. Oh, I love this card. If you've gained 15 or more armor, gain +3/+3 in charge. This deck is coming together, man. We have some sick armor gain. We have some payoff for armor gain. We have ways to cost reduce this guy to do combos that will make him even better. This is like a win con, and it's just a standalone good card, and he's fucking sick. But he's not a 5. He's not a 5. I'm going with 4. I don't think this will be like a tier 1 monstrosity type of deck. I think it'll be a good deck that utilizes this guy very well. And I'm super excited to play him because this is fun. I like that a lot. Frozen Buckler, it's fine on its own, but you're mainly playing this for now Shield Shatter and Galvangar, and you know it's a cool like stall on its own. So it's a fine 3 that helps better cards get good. So, and then Snowden. I was expecting actual like Frost synergy to come in this set, which we obviously didn't get for Warrior, but this is interesting. It's just another option and like a large number of options for Warrior to play good removal. It's pretty good. I think it's probably like a 3. So that's overall an interesting Warrior set. I don't see like a tier 1 deck coming out of anything that was put in here, but there's good cards that are going to enhance existing decks and create a new deck that feels like tier 2-ish potential, which is really cool. That's a fun set. I love it. Awesome stuff. Now let's kind of like speed run the neutrals. Usually most of them you can just kind of look at for a second. So let's see what we got here. Whenever this minion takes damage, give your minions +1 attack. Nope. If your opponent has 2 or more minions, deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. Nope. Honorable kill, summon a wolf with stealth. Nope. Gain Wind Fury. Nope. Cost 1 less for each card you... Oh. Oh. Okay. I'm seeing it. Alright. Yeah. Rogue. Maybe like... Rogue. Maybe like Taunt Druid. Doesn't this copy with Oracle? That's kind of hot. This reminds me of the Frenzy Fellwing or something, in that it's when you cost reduce something and get like free 3/3s, it's just gross. So it's not as good as Frenzied Fellwing because it's not like as hard of a snowball kind of card. You know what I mean? Because if you had a board going into like even like turn 2 or turn 3 with Frenzied Fellwing, you'd just get it for free because you hit face and summon it. Like this you actually have to be playing cards, but I think this will get there somehow, somewhere. 3. After your opponent plays a minion, attack it. Gangster. There's no way. That's a nice stat line and stuff, but Battlecry, draw a Frost spell. Okay. Mage, Shaman, Warrior, shockingly. But it's 3 mana. I'll go 2. That's probably not very good. But it's got potential, maybe. 7 mana, 8/4 Beast, Death Rattle, deal 8 damage to a random enemy. Oh, man. If they had made that the enemy hero, that could be a whole deck. But nope. Whenever you cast a Frost spell, gain +2/+2, and it's a fucking Yeti Elemental by itself, and we already think that maybe Frost Elemental Shaman is a deck, and they have an absolutely busted 1 mana Frost spell, that might be like a 3. Holy shit. And Frost Mage can totally make some use out of this, I think. That's interesting. Very interesting. That can get fat real fast. Taunt, freeze any character damaged by this minion for 6 mana, 2/10. Probably not, but I would actually go 2. Like, that's a really big taunt. Nah, that's a 1. After your opponent casts a spell, summon a copy of this. Get out of here. Battlecry, add 2 armor scraps to your hand that give +2 health to a minion. That synergizes with like cheap spells and stuff, but that has some potential, right? Maybe in like the priest deck that wants to interfire motherfuckers. I'll go like 2. Maybe. Death Rattle, if this wasn't honorably killed, resummon Korak. That is a very interesting use of this keyword, actually. Fuck, I don't know. It feels like it's bad. But I also could be so wrong. Like, like an infinite resummoning 3/5. I don't know. You can't just play this though. You know what I mean? Like you have to. How does this work with like the phylactery? You know, do you get Korax on everything? I don't know. The potential is there. I have to only go with 2 though. I'm really not seeing it for the most part, but it's something. Legionnaire, 6 mana 9/3 Death Rattle hand buff stuff. That's probably terrible. Kind of reminds me of that 9-drop that Rogue was able to abuse that one time, but we don't have anything remotely similar in terms of cheating it out or whatever. 3 mana 4/1 Death Rattle summon a 4/1. That is bad. Swap the attack and health of all minions in both players' hands. What the fuck? I mean, that like changes the entire game that you're playing. There's so many situations where that ruins cards. But it's a bad body. I'll go with like 2. Add 2/1 Rams with Rush to your hand. Nah. Nah. If you're holding a Frost spell, gain 5 armor on a 3 mana 3/4. I like that. Oh shit. That's super good for Mage potentially too. It actually gives you fucking survivability. I don't think you want this in Shaman. I think you probably might end up seeing this in Warrior even. I'll give it like a 3. I actually like this. I see some real potential with this. Just a 3/4 that heals 5. You're getting really good value for your mana for that. Taunt, if you took 5 or more damage on your opponent's turn, this costs 1. And it is a 1. After you cast a spell, give a random minion in your hand +1/+1. You can really focus that on, like, if you have, 9 spells in hand and 1 minion, but it's... Since you can maybe build a deck around that, I'll give it a 2. Oops. Like, I can maybe see it. If you control at least 2 other minions, gain +2/+2. That's too expensive. Rush Honorable Kill, deal 8 to the enemy hero. That is a piece of crap, but that's funny. Stealth Honorable Kill, your next hero pocket has 1. Nah. Give your other minions Divine Shield. Nah. Frozen Mammoth, I think, is like a 3. I really like its application in a potential mage deck. That's pretty much it, but that has real potential. Popsicooler, I think, is a really solid 3. I think you'll just maybe play this in some random deck and just use it as a good like defensive stall minion thing. Lockhalar, I guess, is a 2 because I can maybe see it in Warlock, but probably not even. Destroy a random an enemy legendary minion. I'll give it a 2 because you're going to be able to fuck somebody with this randomly some game. You should not run this in your deck, but this can destroy somebody. Like it has funny situations where it's actually busted. The Defile on a Stick. I think a deck will maybe end up playing it, but I like AoE in the game is pretty acceptable right now. Like, I don't think... Is there any class that's like, oh no, if only I had AoE, I'd be okay? I think I'll go with 2. Ivus, unfortunately, is like a 2 at best, but I'm going to go 1. When it was first revealed, I tried to like copium in my head how this could be awesome, but it's... Nah. At the end of your turn, eat a random enemy minion and gain its stats. It's a 1. Maybe there's a world where you like commencement this out and your opponent has just one big thing on the board and you just fucking absolutely annihilate them at that point, but it's too you can't risk pulling this out in like a big deck against like a big wide board. Deal 3 damage, honorable kill, gain +3/+3. I don't think so. Gnome Private is actually I think it's like a 4. It's just you're gonna see this do annoying shit in decks. Like it's gonna put you in bad situations, especially in I think like Demon Hunter can really manipulate the board and get honorable kills with this. And even if you don't, I mean, we all know it's a 1/1/3. It's, you know, it's not the end of the world. Vandar is like a 2. Sigh. Drekthar, though, is probably like a 4. And, you know, it's already out. So there we are, 40 minutes. The average of the neutrals is 1.5, as we expected. You know, they're usually all bad. Warrior, 2.7. Warlock, 2.3. Shaman, 3.4. Did Shaman, like, win the fucking expansion with my ratings? You know, that's not necessarily how it always works. Like, the average does not necessarily indicate who got the most impactful set, necessarily. Because even, like, just one card, like Cariel, can be more impactful than, like, 5 solid cards. But, you know, so that's where it shaped up for me. Maybe if I redid these rankings in a week, I'm sure there'd be some differences. But that's where I am, just having first reactions to some of them. I had a lot of fun doing this, and I hope you guys had fun watching it. So thanks, and that's enough squash for one day. I've talked for a long time on camera today. Goodbye.